Hi, all. How is everyone doing? I am so glad you guys could all make it here with me and be here today, tonight, this evening, wherever you are in the world, in whatever time zone you are in, and you're watching. I am so glad you have taken the time out of your day to spend a few moments with me so we can talk a little bit of nonsense about this ginger dimwit. No offense to gingers out there, but we need to talk about this silly, silly man named Harry. I know many are hoping that Harry gets deported and sent out of the country, but I kind of have a different idea for him. I kind of think that maybe, I don't know, he should be allowed to stay. And instead of, being protected now that he isn't, he should be charged with charity fraud and using Archwell as a tax haven and basically being very fraudulent with funds from the government and getting illegal funds from US aid and playing fast and loose with companies in Delaware. I think I think Harry should be allowed to stay and face his crimes. He shouldn't be allowed to be sent back. He should do his time and instead, when he's done, then ship him off back to where he came from. That's what I think should happen. That's what I totally think. But let me, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. My little gremlin has woken up out of bed, and I just need to get him into his bed here. So give me a second here, and I will return. My apologies. Now, see, being an actual real parent and not having pretend kids and phantom hostage children that nobody ever sees, this is what you have to deal with sometimes. Sometimes you get a little one who wants to wake up and needs a couple extra cuddles, and you just have to drop everything and say, you know what, little one, sure, you can have your cuddles. And now he's gone back to his bed. While we wait, how is everyone? Thank you, Katie, for holding down the fort. Yeah, Monster is actually asleep, and it was the other gremlin who came out of his room there. So, what do you guys think? So, let me bring up this article because it is being said that Harry's visa application and some of his documents are supposed to be released. They are supposed to be released by tomorrow evening, apparently, or tomorrow end of day, end of business day. That's what the nanny is for. Yeah, no, I don't wish I had a nanny. I'm happy with how my situation is, but I think that Harry here is in a bit of a pickle and it's his own fault because by tomorrow the claims are that Harry's visa records are going to be released and it's going to say that it is going to um, mention his drug use. So it says that a US court has ruled that files relating to Prince Harry's US visa application must be made public this week. Now, I got to remind you that this is the same judge who, during the Biden administration, refused to release Harry's records. Personally, myself, I don't think we will get much. I think most of it will be redacted. I think we'll get, a file of letters or pages, and most of it will get blanked out. I think there might be some light stuff like, oh, yeah, he probably smoked some wacky tobacco here. But personally, Krista, I personally think it's deeper and much more serious than drug use. Everyone has always talked about how during his what was it? when he was on tour in Afghanistan, he was very, very overly aggressive with some of the ladies of the night who were brought in on base. And I feel like we've seen how aggressive Harry can be. Let me show you. Let me take this off the screen for a second. Let me show you. But we have all seen, like, I know that Harry thinks that just because he's gone to America that he is now, like, he gets to start a whole new persona, and we forget how he was. But remember this, Harry? Remember? We all remember this, Harry. We all remember this Harry being drunk. This was Harry on substances. I don't know what kind of substances they are and what kind of substances he was using, but there were claims and allegations that Harry was using, the hard H, you know, Herin. You can't really say it this early on YouTube, but they say that Harry was quite the addict and quite the user. And the fact that he was always coddled, the fact that he was never really straightened out or sent to rehab to work out his problems. Instead, he was coddled even more, which has turned him into the complete POS of a human being he is now. Harry had a lot of problems. And Harry was a mess. Yeah, he looks like, this is the look of an H user, right? This is the completely skinny, pale, out of it. And it's like everyone knows. Look at the faces of like the paparazzi, and then you've got his bodyguard around him. Look at the face of these individuals. Like, they know this guy is a junkie. He's a mess. He's a complete POS. And had he not been who he was, had Harry not been a prince of the UK, this POS would be, on his butt by now. Nobody would care about him. I mean, we remember this picture. I think many of us remember seeing this. What is Harry exactly partaking in here? There's only a couple things that I know: that you snort from a little baggie. You can't deny it. And then you got him acting all strange, licking men's nipples, doing silly things like this, and pointing two fingers in the manner of a Jew and at the head of Mike Tyndall. You all know that Mike Tyndall could easily whip Harry's butt with like one hand. Easily. Snow bump, Harry's sunken face. Yeah. You see, like, what's crazy is that you always see photos of Harry being overly handsy with other men. You always see him being overly touchy-feely with guys, and you never see him acting like that with women, right? You don't even see him being very sweet and touchy with his own wife. You don't even see him touching her or anything. But Harry loves interacting with men. Now, you see my profile photo that I have here? You see, this is an AI photo that I made here. So it's not a real actual photo. I should let you guys know that. But this is what the documents that Harry is holding, this is what I think that the documents will look like. This is what I think we'll just see: a whole bunch of redacted stuff. Just everything's redacted. And I feel like this image is very, very, it's on point. I think I've gotten a handle of this whole AI image thing and how to make the images look exactly how I want them to. Because this is 100% Harry, with that stupid look on his face, that scowl on his face, looking angry, holding a bunch of papers because he knows he's protected by his father. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, King Daddy is protecting him. Of course. I wouldn't even be surprised if, I've always said that Charles was paying for Andrew's security, and it came out that I was right. So I've always said that if Charles has been paying for Andrew's security over £3 million and Andrew doesn't do anything, why wouldn't I believe that he wouldn't be doing the same for his own son? Especially since one of Harry's private protection officers was an ex-Met Police, David Langdon. So Yeah, I feel like Harry will always be protected by his father because I feel like Harry is a loose cannon. So if Harry doesn't get his way, he will come out and he will attack someone like Camilla, which he knows the public doesn't really like, and they will constantly like also agree with him and side with him, basically. And so, yeah. I feel like Harry, when his immigration records are, um, when they are made public, I feel like we will see a bunch of redacted files. I feel like now that we are getting somewhere, I feel like the same judge, oh, I'm using a different article now. But Harry did this to himself. Thank you, Katie, for the super sticker. Let's get Molly to 80K monster bucks. Thank you. I'll go buy Monster some toys with that tomorrow. I definitely got to make a stop at the pet store, so I'll get him a new chew toy and maybe a new treat also. I'll definitely do that. Thank you, Katie. He's going to love it. I'll take some pictures and I'll share it in my community post tomorrow. Ugh. Sometimes I feel like I want to say too many things, and then my brain works too fast and my mouth isn't moving fast enough, and then I forget to breathe, and then I'm like, "Oh god, I forget to breathe. Breathe." But the whole 80K thing, it's crazy. I can tell that YouTube is playing with my numbers because I see it go up by like 20 and then it drops down by like 20 and then it'll go up by 5 and then it'll drop down by 5. It's funny, but it's okay. I still keep pushing ahead. I still keep talking about what is going on. And right now we need to talk about Harry because we've been waiting for this for a while. This is Harry's own fault. The fact that he opened his mouth himself and mentioned that he had been partaking in illegal substances. He went and mentioned that he was partaking in substances while staying in Tyler Perry's home. He talked to Gabor Mate about how using psychedelics are a fundamental part of his life. And I mean, this guy is a basket case, a complete basket case. And had a normal individual like myself, like many others who have tried to get a citizenship or a visa to live out their American dream, have gotten rejected because they were honest on their documents. Because it's said on those documents, if you lie, not only do you get rejected, you could also get fined or you can get put in jail. I mean, yeah, YouTube does have Harry's Aspen Institute or whatever. They deal with Google, and he's got ties to Google also, which is handled by YouTube. So, yeah, it's all connected. It's all definitely connected. But Harry basically opened the door for this. Had Harry kept his mouth shut, had Harry not gone on like a huge media blitz mentioning about every single substance he snorted, ingested, took internally or anally, then he wouldn't be in this problem. But Harry is stupid. In my opinion, Meghan Markle did this so that she could have an easier case for when she divorces Harry. I feel like Harry basically he's made it easy for Meghan by doing this. He's made it completely easy for Meghan by going around mentioning the fact that he needs to use psychedelics every single day, mentioning that he needs to use mushrooms or that he's partaken in other kind of snortable substances. I feel like Harry has been completely set up so that Meghan, when she does divorce him, she could be like, look at his book. Look at every single interview he's given. Look at every single thing he has said has shown that he is mentally unstable. It shows that he is not a person with all his screws screwed in tight. He's definitely got screws loose. He's not in England anymore. Well, He definitely, Harry is just ridiculous. The fact that he was stupid enough to write all these things and have it published in a book just makes it easy for Meghan Markle to use against him in a divorce. Harry does drugs of his No, I was just being facetious. I mean, I don't know, maybe he does. I just threw that in there too at the end, but who knows? Maybe he does. Yeah, Harry is too dumb. MW, I see that you are not feeling well. I hope you feel better and your cold gets better. I know there's a flu going around and everyone's getting sickies, but I hope you get well soon. It's no fun being sick. But Harry is a moron and he's put himself in this situation himself. And now I've been sitting at my computer, constantly refreshing, waiting to see when the documents drop because they are supposed to be released at any time now to basically they have until tomorrow night. So Tuesday evening to release it. So we are waiting. So we are waiting and we are playing the waiting game and we are waiting. Personally, like I said, I don't think that we will really get anything interesting. I think that Harry has gotten handsy with women, and he does have. There was that story about how Harry had a romp with a girl that he got too rough with, and she ended up having brain damage or something like that, and Charles has ended up paying for her life treatment. There has been lots and lots of stories. I bet you if we go back into the archives, we can find all this. But Harry thinks that now that he's gone to the States and he can pretend to be William 2.0, but Timu version. The Timu version of Prince William who will never be. Was someone trying to say something about Sean Atwood but instantly deleted? I think the comment about Sean Atwood was that because of his charges that he has and what he has done, he's not allowed back in the States ever. He can't go there. And the same should apply to Prince Harry. It shouldn't matter if he is a prince or anything. The fact that he has literally admitted he uses substances, he shouldn't be allowed in the States. More like a Wish version. Yeah, worse than Wish. More like Shein. Shein worse than, or Alibaba? Something like that. Timu Harry. Someone needs to explain to me why Meghan changed her last name to Success. Because she has nothing else to be relevant. If she changes her name to that, she claims that her children's name are Sussex. But stupid Meghan is clearly not that bright. Her children's last names are Mountbatten Windsor. So if you wanted to be a family, you would take on the last name of Mountbatten Windsor. Your whole family would. You and Harry, you and yourself, and the phantom invisible hostage children. But she thinks that she owns the Sussex title. That's it. And she needs some kind of connection to the royal family, despite calling them racist, despite saying that they are horrible people and she wanted to end it all. Yeah, okay. You literally went on this crazy rant for a few years talking about how horrible these people are, and now you want to be connected to them. What a loser. Or ORMV says she started that after Casey's cancer. She wanted to stop William from being able to take the titles because Americans wouldn't know. Yeah, she thinks that just because she's in the States, she can peddle her own narrative and they will believe whatever she says because, oh, it's coming from Meghan, and Americans really don't know how the royal family works. They don't know how it really, yeah, it's really, she's dumb. I've said this before. People seem to think that Meghan Markle is smart. Meghan Markle is not smart. Considering she's next to Harry, if you put anyone next to someone like Harry, of course they're going to appear smart. And Meghan is not smart. Her and Harry are on the same level. They both are complete idiots. completely greedy who don't know how to get out of their own way. They've had so many opportunities, more than anyone can ever dream of, and they have completely blown it all up themselves. So those two idiots are perfect for each other. And Meghan Markle really isn't smart for being with for someone like stupid. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber for sure. I can't stand it when people say, "Oh, Meghan Markle is so smart." Yeah, okay. Anyone standing next to Harry will come across as smart. Trust me. Trust me. I could put Monster next. No, that's terrible. Sorry, Monster. I didn't mean it. It says here also, let me get back to the stupid court documents because it says now that Judge Nichols has ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. So this is the Heritage Foundation, who are the ones who want the documents released. And he said Saturday he had reviewed proposed redactions from the government, and those redactions appearing appropriate, the government is ordered to lodge on the docket the redacted version of those documents no later than March 18th, 2025. So we're still going to have a redacted, like, it's not going to be fully redacted. I'm not holding my breath, to be honest. I'm not getting all excited for anything because we have seen this before where we have gotten excited and then it was a whole nothing burger. I feel like we are going to find out. Let me just say that I think we will find out about Harry's illegal substance use, but besides that, I don't think we'll find out anything else further. I don't think we'll find out anything about, say, if he was overly handsy with anyone, if he got rough and tumbled in the sheets with anyone, if maybe he got caught getting pegged by someone. Who knows? We won't find out any of that, but we might find out about his use of substances, which isn't anything new because any one of us who has followed Harry since he was a young boy knows about his degenerate behavior. I mean, look at him here. How could you not think that this guy isn't on substances? This moron admitted to using drug and alcohol during his duration of service and training within the military. Oh, you've got Monster dreaming in the background. I think you guys can hear him. But look at this. This is an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Thank you, Civil Defense UK. Civil Defense says, #1 fan checking in from the UK. So glad to catch you live, Molly. Harry will be back in the UK mid-April. That is the rumor on the Crown Estate. Honestly, Civil Defense, I would never let this greasy weasel back on any of Crown Estate land ever again. That's just me. I would never allow him back anywhere on Crown Estate property, anywhere on Crown Estate homes, or anything at all. He doesn't deserve it. Did you guys hear Monster in the background? Snoring, barking in his dreams? Harry looks terrible. I mean, look at his eyes. They're as massive as saucers. President's already trying to soften the blow. Oh, he's had it tough enough. Yeah, when he said he's had it tough enough with Meghan, and the fact that his other son, the one that he doesn't really like, what's his name? Not Don, Eric. Eric, the one that he doesn't really like. With Eric even came out and said that his dad isn't going to deport Harry because he's not that important. And personally, myself, I don't think Harry should get out easily. I think if Harry has illegally received government funds, has illegally used his charity to siphon funds from his charity into his own pockets, he should be held accountable for that. This man has never, this man baby has never ever been held accountable for his actions. When are people or anyone going to keep like hold him accountable. This would be the perfect time. Make an example out of Harry. If he stole US aid money for his own personal use, the fact that he has been living now in the States for 5 years, has not once paid taxes, but is getting paid for working and making a living in the States on who knows what kind of visa, he should be charged for fraud. He should be made an example of. He should be held accountable. The fact that Harry has never been held accountable is why he is the big POS man baby he is today. It's the reason why Harry has no scruples. He's got no accountability for anything. He thinks he's always in the right. He's never, ever had to, pay for his actions. What he's doing is wrong. Just because you're a prince doesn't mean you get to go around being an asshole, keep using everyone while preaching to people about how they should be living their lives. I wanted to show this clip, but I don't know if I will get into trouble for it. So I want to share this clip that was going around on, what was it? On Twitter like a few years ago about Harry. And this was when he sat down with Oprah. And if I'm going to show it now, but guys, for those who are watching it on the replay, if I do get like a copyright against it, I might have to take this out. So you might not see this in the replay. I'm just letting you know. You might not, you'll miss it out. But let's just watch this video because this annoyed me. This is what Harry does. He's constantly using his mother and using the fact that he had to use substances. His life was so bad. You are a prince, you idiot. You lived the most privileged life. And now, ever since he's had Meghan show up in his life, he has hated his family. She has exposed his true feelings. Now, let me show you guys this. This is absolutely ridiculous.
To make that decision to receive help is not a sign of weakness. In today's world, more than ever, it is a sign of strength.
Prince Harry is opening up about turning to drugs and alcohol years after the death of his mother, Princess Diana, in the first episode of his new 5-part.
First of all, I just wanted to stop it there. We need to talk about, maybe we'll do this in the next live, but can we talk about how we need to just let Diana, Princess of Wales, rest in peace already. And until Harry shuts up about it, it will never happen. I just wish people would stop using her memory. Just let the woman live, like rest in peace already. Just let her memory live on. You've got William, who is trying to honor her memory and her legacy. And then you've got Harry, who has just desecrated her memory. I don't want to talk about Diana anymore. I don't want to hear about Diana anymore. Thanks to Harry, he basically called Diana a whore on the stands when he was in court, and he was talking about, and people went looking into how she would harass married men, and it brought up all her affairs again. Harry destroyed his mother's memory, absolutely desecrated it. And I will always find it so interesting that Harry had the nerve and the balls to say to John Travolta that he is the one eating out on his mother's memory just for that one dance that he had with his mother. Even though John Travolta never talks about it, Harry had the nerve during when he was about to receive his stupid aviation award, had the nerve to make a dig at John Travolta. And yet he's married to a woman who pretends to be his dead mother while dining out on her memory since day one. And he can't even see that. He is such an idiot. He is such a fool. He is such a tit that he and Meghan have completely ruined Diana's memory. I don't want to hear anything about Diana anymore. I literally cringe when I hear people speak about Diana because it's like, it's been over 25 years she's been gone. Shut up and let her memory live on. Let her soul rest. Stop talking about her. But then people say, oh, well, that's Harry's mother. Well, yeah, Diana had 2 sons. Look at the way that William is going about it, honoring her memory with the work that he does, and he's not always talking about her. And then you've got Harry, who every second can't keep talking, like can't shut up about her. Yeah, so many affairs with many yeah, the phone calls too. Harry was the reason that all of TikTok started looking into that again and started bringing it up again, that his mother was basically a floozy. That's what Harry painted his mother as. He's a total ding dong, a total complete ding dong. Let me play this and then I'm gonna mention a couple more things and then we'll go.
Our docuseries about mental health awareness with Oprah Winfrey.
All over the world, people are in some kind of mental, psychological, emotional pain.
The series, titled The Me You Can't See.
I'm sorry, but you got Oprah, a literal billionaire sitting there, and you've got a prince, and they want to talk about mental illness and mental wellness. Like, what the hell do you two know about mental health and mental illness? Like, get lost.
Is now streaming on Apple TV+. For Harry, he was just 12 years old when his mother died in a car crash in August 1997 while being chased by paparazzi. He told Winfrey,
No, we need to fix that. I will not let Harry run with that narrative. I will not let Harry rewrite the narrative that Diana was killed because she was being chased by paparazzi. That's not why Diana was killed. Diana got killed because she got into a car with a drunk driver and didn't have a seatbelt on. There were besides the driver, there was someone else sitting in the front. There was Dodie in the back and there was Diana in the back. The only person who survived was the only person who wore a seatbelt. Had Diana wore a seatbelt, she would have probably survived. Diana called the Paps. Diana and Dodie had a room at the hotel that when they were done at drinking at the bar, they could have just gone right up to the room. But if you remember, Dodie called Mohammed Al-Fayed, and it was Mohammed's idea, take Diana to our other condo or to our house. They didn't need to leave the hotel. If Diana knew the Paps were there and she called them, she could have just gone up and stayed up in her room. But no, that's a chain of events that happened that led to the demise of Diana. It was Diana's thirst of wanting to be chased by the Paps too, and wanting the attention despite saying she didn't want it. But it was the fact that Diana got into a vehicle with a driver who was well over the blood alcohol limit. Tanked, absolutely tanked. And before he drove off, he taunted the paparazzi saying that he could go faster than them. Yeah, so I will not let the narrative of, oh, Diana was chased by the paparazzi and she got killed. No, had she worn a seatbelt, she would probably be here with us and with her sons today. And maybe Harry would have been not so much of a POS as he is today. And let me tell you, if Diana were alive today, there wouldn't be a Meghan Markle in the picture.
He told Winfrey he didn't process his grief for years and wasn't encouraged to talk about it while growing up either. He said, if people said, how are you? I'd be like, fine. Never happy, never sad, just fine. Fine was the easy answer, but I was all over the place mentally. According to Harry, matters worsened when it came time to embark on his royal duties. He told Winfrey, I was in fight or flight mode, panic attacks, severe anxiety, so 28 to probably 32 was a nightmare time in my life, freaking out. Harry revealed he turned to drugs and alcohol to cope. He said, I was willing to drink, I was willing to take drugs, I was willing to try and do the things that made me feel less like I was feeling. It was just 4 years ago that Harry finally sought therapy, a decision that he said was inspired by his wife, Meghan Markle. He told Winfrey, it was meeting and being with Meghan. I knew that if I didn't do therapy and fix myself, that I was going to lose this woman who I could see spending the rest of my life with.
Now, there's your red flag right there. Because remember, Harry was also on medication when he met when he met Meghan, and Meghan made him stop taking his medication, which were probably his mood stabilizers and whatever else he was taking, because Harry was fine. He wasn't fine, but he was stable. That's a better word. He was stable, and then all of a sudden he meets his wife, and all of a sudden he's got all these problems again. I wonder why.
For more on this story, go to thr.com. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Tiffany Taylor.
Yeah, this guy's such a wanker. Can you imagine being a prince and complaining about how you are so hard done by, that your life is so terrible? There are people who are wondering how they're going to pay their bills, how to feed their family with the cost of inflation. And even though no one's talking about it, we are in a recession. You think Harry has to worry about anything like that? I don't think so. Not at all, but he's always complaining. Yeah, William suggested therapy. We have the clips where William was the one where Harry even says and credits William with suggesting therapy. 100%. This is amazing. Marina wrote this, and I just got to read this out loud. It says, "Ding dong, what is your song? Full of snowy coke, your brain is that broke. Married a hoe, she isn't licking your toe. Maybe she rubs cream on your blue todger. I, little boy, Roger, Roger." And applause for Marina. That was amazing. That was amazing. But I feel like I'm going to keep an eye out here, and if Harry's documents do get released earlier, I'm going to pay attention and we're going to talk about it. But I feel like we shouldn't get too excited for anything, because I don't think we'll get that much information. I don't think we will get anything that will really make us be like, oh my God, can you, like, mind blowing. I don't think we will get anything that will be like, yeah, that will show that he either assaulted someone or abused someone or hurt someone. I don't think we will see anything like that. Yeah. I think we'll just see like very basic, like, oh, he smokes cigarettes and he smokes his wacky tobacco here and there. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me see what you guys think, what will be released in his immigration documents. Do you guys think we'll get any kind of real information? Christine says, I think you're right. I think so too. I'm trying not to get so like excited about it. I'm trying to be realistic here. And I don't think that we will really get any meat and potatoes like we would want. Marina says, thanks, Molly, blushing now. Hey, you're very talented, okay? I love the rhymes and I love the songs. You could, like I think it was Katie who said, you could literally make a whole musical out of it. It would be awesome. ORMV says, I just want him to have to release it. Yeah, I want to see it released, but I'll bet you it'll be just like his profile photo here that I made on Grok or whatever it's called, some AI thing on X. But it's going to be highly redacted like this. I don't think that it's going to be anything interesting. No, it's not going to be interesting. I don't think so. I would like to see if Harry put hands on hookers, if he was like doing blow and stuff. Like, I would love to see some salacious shit that would really tank him. But Harry will always be Charles's darling boy. And as long as Charles is around, I think he'll be protected. I don't think we'll see anything. But let's see. Zephyr says it's going to be redacted and modified. Yeah, 100% it is. Definitely is. Ruth says yes. Lise Jean says KC3 is getting blackmailed for a good reason. I feel like KC3 is so deep in the WEF, he doesn't even know what to do. But let me just say that I hope that there's a monarchy around and left for Prince William. But we'll see, right? Just like the JE files and Nothing Burger. That's what I think so too. He won't show anything. That's why Trump is getting a second state dinner. Is that why? But I don't know. We'll see. That's why I'm saying I'm not getting too excited over anything, but we know that Harry is a wanker. We know that he is not an honest or honorable individual. And I bet you that Harry will never see justice for what he does. He has been using this country's money to funnel and live his life. I feel like Harry has used government funds to live the life that he wants, and he is going to get away with it. Instead, taxpayers will get stuck with the bill. But we'll see. Like I said, we will see. I will keep an eye on everything, and if we get a drop of documents, I will share it with you as soon as I can. But I better get out of here because I think my little one wants me to come and cuddle him. And, when mommy duty calls, you got to run and you got to do them. Love the flounder. Catherine is a rock star of the BRF. Yeah, she definitely is. She's the definite jewel in the crown. And I just wish that some members of the royal family would just give her a little bit more respect, but it's all good. He is the biggest ding dong. He definitely is. But guys, I'm going to get going because I'm going to go cuddle my little one. I'm going to go cuddle Monster also. And I will catch you in let me see. Graham McIntyre says, just a correction to an earlier comment. Diana and Dodie were at the back seat. And did I say that? I thought I said Diana and Dodie were in the back seat, and the other guy, what was it? Henry Paul, the bodyguard, was in the front seat with his seatbelt on. But I think I said it correctly, but I'm sorry if I didn't. I think my apologies if I misspoke, but that I think I just corrected. Anyways, guys, I better get out of here. I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you all have a good one. Thank you all for being here and spending the last 41 minutes with me and listening to me rant on. To those of you that are watching this in the replay, let me know in the comments below. Do you think that we will get any real information from Harry's files, or will everything be redacted and hidden and we won't really get much information? Like our ORMV said earlier, it'll just be like the JE files, the Epstein files. Nothing at all. A big old nothing burger. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Say hello and thank you to the mods as you leave the chat, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye, guys.